first, I thought, Zombozo? Because we're at a carnival fair, whatever. I'm thinking Zombozo. It would have been cool, but I get it. But it still would have been awesome. But we got, instead, Vilgax's return. And I have a bigger question, too. What's going on with the Forever Knights? Because I was expecting we're to get some sort of continuation, because that was episode 50.
You gonna eat that?
Doesn't look like it. Travaganza, what?
Vilgax the Conqueror.
Where's the Omnitrix?
Not so fast, Vilgax.
The voice sounds pretty close.
10 grams.
I mean, it looks legit. Well, I just saw the wide shot. Ben's hair was white.
I don't see what you're so sore about. I'm not even
What
in
the
the
fuck was
show.
that Gwen part, though?
I'm sorry.
Ben Tennyson.
It was
We meet
Albedo.
again. Albedo?
Yeah. Albedo. That makes a lot of sense. Because that wide shot, his hair was white. Can I even go back to that shot anyways? Well, let me go back. I normally never do this. Hold on. Where's that wide shot? Here. Well, it might be the lighting, but he looks like he has white hair. If you zoom in on this wide shot, if you can go to this episode, he has white hair. So, I'm like... And now it makes sense, the Albedo reveal, but I think that was just an error there. But, okay.
I am making the best of a bad situation. Thanks
By
to you,
creating a
I
show.
have no Ultimatrix. I'm trapped in this repulsive human form. And since I needed some way to earn a living, so I created Ben 10 Live. Well,
I
you
mean,
just
it's-
had your last curtain
it's pretty
call.
interesting, but-
The show's over.
Might want to shut it off.
So if you don't have an Ultimatrix, how did you change into Swampfire?
Okay, pulling out a rare one. Cool.
Now I'm
I don't think he actually changed. Wait, I'm confused though. Did he steal these aliens? Energy. Okay, these are aliens he's working with. Come on.
Bring it on. Become a spider monkey.
Okay, this is good. Oh, yeah, good luck.
I'm not finished yet. Wait till I get my second wind.
That's not Albedo.
How's it hanging?
Look
There's
who we
Albedo
found.
right there. Easily found.
And that would be it. Ow!
As I mentioned,
I'm not
I
gonna
was
explain it.
broke and I was stranded. So I used it to find performers who would lend my show a certain
Of course.
verisimilitude.
Hmm? Ooh.
This Ultimatrix is just an overgrown strobe light. Between that and the smoke, he blinded the audience.
How long?
Ever since I escaped from Vilgax's ship,
What?
every second-rate resort, sales convention, and I am so going to clobber you.
Oh, but what's the point?
And now, here he is again, ripping me off.
He's getting
using
angry.
my face to fool people and steal their money with this ridiculous... Tonight was our last performance.
But you just said you weren't quitting show business.
But what about...
I said... Why waste the energy? You won, he lost. End of story.
Wait for me. I came to warn you about Albedo's real plan.
Doomsday Bomb?
Yes! And he's gonna set it off tonight!
Why do bad guys always have their hideouts in a warehouse? Do they get a discount?
That's a good question.
Could we focus here?
If Albedo's stuck on Earth,
Then why would he build a
what
bomb?
does he gain from destroying it?
We write DNA. So everyone in the whole world will be a genetic duplicate of Ben Tennyson.
I'm having to pause again because I'm like, okay, so Albedo went from show business, then he wants to build a bomb to turn everybody into... I don't know. I feel like this was a whole plan to tell Hugh, the Humongosaur, to tell them about what he's doing. I think it's a part of the plan. I don't know. It's an interesting episode for sure. We have a lot to talk about.
No time for a debate, Gwen. We have to stop Albedo now.
I think Gwen was trying to say there's something going on here we don't know. I feel bad for these aliens.
Designed to protect against radiation.
Kevin, where are you?
Damn.
I'm a bleeder.
Ultimate
Again.
Spider Monkey.
Damn. Shit. They're actually punching each other. Here we go. Ben, come on. Did you really have to lose that? Holy shit. Oh.
Now I can alter my DNA at will. I'm ready for anything you can throw at me. Why would I throw anything at you?
Oh.
No.
Okay.
I'm getting off this backwater planet while the getting is good. So you're saying that wasn't a doomsday bomb? A what? A doomsday bomb. What?
It was
No,
temporary.
it can't be.
It just keeps happening.
Why are you doing that?
It's all my fault, Albedo. I brought them here.
Why would you do that?
Most importantly, I had friends, especially you.
You did this to me! It's always you!
It's always you, Ben. Ooh. Come on. Come on, Ben. It's over. It's done. It's done.
I'll never have to hear about Ben 10 Live again.
Mr. Tennyson, we're suing you for the damage you caused to our theater.
But...
See you in court.
I really wasn't sure where this episode was going. I wasn't expecting the direction it did go because the opening is very random. Kevin and Gwen are eating. Well, Kevin more so than Gwen. She's just sitting there. Ben comes into the diner and all of a sudden on the TV, Ben 10 Live with Humongosaur, Big Chill, and Swampfire. And Ben 10. Well, Ben 10. We find out later, of course, it's Albedo, which interesting parallels because last episode, in terms of how I'm watching it in production order, last episode was Vilgax's return after the end of Alien Force, and I don't believe we've seen Albedo since the end of Alien Force, so this is his return as well in terms of what he's been doing. And here's my question. How come they didn't hear anything about him doing some sort of show until now? Because he was saying he's been doing it for a while. I guess the popularity of it over time, it got to the point where now they have commercials and shit, so things have definitely shifted, because he's like, I've been doing fairs and doing all these events and stuff as Ben 10 Live since you took the Ultimatrix from me and all this, and he hired, the aliens to, play when he transforms in the show. So, interesting. We never got to see the actor who played Vilgax again, too, but he did a decent voice on stage. Because I wasn't expecting Ben 10 Live to be some sort of, play, some sort of show. I thought Ben 10 Live, okay, well, Ben is going to come out, Ben, and he's going to do something and show off, transforming, or I wasn't expecting it to be like an actual story play. The Gwen part, I don't understand. Kevin liked it. But you had these 10 women walk out dressed like Gwen, and there's, these sparkles and all this stuff, and it's like... the fuck is going on? Because there was an actual story, and all of a sudden there's these random Gwens who come out of nowhere, and the story just stops, and they're just kind of standing around, and they're standing in a line and shit, and there's all these pink sparkles and stuff like magic. Okay. I don't know. I think it's just the visual of it and everything. Of course, Gwen was like, this is pretty cool until that came up, and then she had her whole opinion shift and everything. She was mad. Seeing how Albedo was like, okay, how can I make money and I'm stuck on this planet? How can I make a living? I'm going to pretend to be Ben 10 because I'm stuck as Ben. I can never change my appearance. Put on a wig, put some kind of contacts in to hide my red eyes, and I'm going to become, Ben 10 Live. I'm going to hire actors to play the roles of some of these characters. And I like the fact we got to see some auditions. We didn't get to see a lot, though. We got to see a couple of auditions of aliens that didn't make the cut. But we get to see Humongosaur, Big Chill, and Swampfire, these characters that are playing in the thing. And you can tell they're a little bit different looking than the actual counterparts of Ben using the Ultimatrix or Omnitrix. So, they show that visual difference, but I like the fact that Humongosaur has the glasses and shit. It's a nice little touch, and his voice, too. Very interesting concept for an episode. In terms of... because Ben even mentions right at the beginning of the episode before the Ben 10 Live that he was signing, signing autographs for fans. And I'm surprised at no point did someone say, hey, I loved your show, Ben 10 Live. So it's kind of a strange thing to where Albedo's been doing this for quite a while and no one's ever heard of it. No one's ever mentioned it to Ben. You would think if you're a fan, you run into Ben, if you've seen Ben 10 Live, you would maybe mention it. Or like, hey, like, how's your show going? What show? Ben 10 Live? What are you talking about? Like, there's a show, Ben 10 Live. So I feel like they could have maybe addressed that better to where maybe, because I don't think Albedo even mentioned once, like, oh yeah, it's been getting more popular. Like, he's like, I've done every single thing. I'm doing all this stuff. He never once mentions kind of a throwaway. It's getting more popular now, so we're able to get more. We're able to get commercials and have more sponsorships or get into bigger places, and that may explain how it kind of went under the radar. Because Ben, Kevin, Gwyn, I would assume they're kind of, as they're constantly monitoring the planet and threats and constantly out and about, you would run into some sort of advertising or someone mentioning it. I just think they could have handled that a little bit better. But regardless, the concept of it in terms of somehow Albedo make a show, it's interesting. It definitely isn't like an amazing episode of the show here, but I like the fact that it's a different kind of story. Yes, it's involving a villain we've seen before, involving some of the characters that are in the Omnitrix that we're very familiar with, but they're different versions. And the fact that Ben was using a little bit more variety of aliens, and he actually used 2 Ultimates in this episode. Ultimate Spider Monkey twice, and Ultimate Echo, which is pretty cool. And Energy and Water, I think it's called Water Hazard. He hasn't used him much at all. We got to see a little more variety of aliens in this. Even an Upchuck during an audition and everything. And Brainstorm, which really wasn't Brainstorm, but it's that alien. So there is a lot of cool little moments to enjoy from this episode. And yeah, only if the Vilgax actor was, I need the Omnitrix. Like, just says something. Of course they wouldn't do that, but it would be funny though. I'm trying to think anything else in particular. Like, well, the ending too, because they throw out this whole thing in the 3rd act where it's like it's a bomb or some shit, like he's gonna destroy the world. Well, actually, no, he's gonna turn everybody into Ben 10. Why? Why would he turn everybody into Ben 10? I don't know, but Hugh, I think, was just afraid that Albedo was gonna leave because Hugh, the Humongosaur, he really grew to care for Albedo, which is interesting for someone to say because Albedo's an asshole. Well, they kind of address that more so in this episode, because when he turns back into his self, before ultimately there's some fuckery, because as Ben was trying to stop him and everything, and they're fighting and all that, the Ultimatrix and Ben's DNA inside that kind of force field that was on top of that device he was building in that warehouse, which, by the way, Kevin asking, why do bad guys always have their shit in abandoned warehouses or whatever, to get like a discount or something? It's a good question to ask. There's a lot of stuff happening in warehouse in terms of villains and stuff and different properties, and, you know, just don't know why that's a thing, why it's like a prominently big thing. But I guess Ben's involvement some way in terms of stopping Albedo from blowing up the bomb or whatever actually made it to where Albedo can transform into different aliens, so he literally doesn't need the Omnitrix or an Ultimatrix. However, he's always going to revert back to Ben 10. He can never be himself again, because when he was himself for a little bit, his whole demeanor shifted. He's like, I'm free from you, Ben. I hated seeing you. I hated seeing myself as you. Like, I want to be myself again, and that's why he did everything he did. And so when the reveal happened where he can't stop turning himself back into Albedo Ben 10, in terms of the human form of Ben 10, but with the white hair and the red eyes and the red jacket and all that stuff, that's when everything went back again. Because I'm like, you can't just let this guy scot-free. I mean, the fact that he teamed up with Vilgax and all this stuff and all the things he's done, and even Ben, when he was ranting about all the shit Albedo has done, just because he's reverted himself back to his true form only for a bit, they started to kind of turn the tides on the character. I'm like, are they about to just, like, let him go? Like, really? And then, of course, they reveal, oh, no, it actually fucked up. He can turn into different aliens. He turned into a version of Wrath, and he, you know, like, he has that ability, but he can't stop himself from turning back into Ben. It sucks. So, literally, the curse continues for Albedo. It still continues for him, and he's still obsessed with cheese fries or chili fries, or I think it's chili fries, not cheese fries, chili fries. So yeah, the character is still going to be around in some capacity moving forward, but I'm not surprised, because I was like, are they really going to get rid of him that easily, like to where he's back to his normal self in terms of being, you know, a gray matter, like being that species, like back to himself, that they're just going to get rid of the character and he's done? Like, no, it's definitely not done, because that would just be too easy. Even though he's been around for quite a while, him creating that device, of course, it's going to mess up in some capacity, because the Ultimatrix or Ben's involvement in some way So, of course, it's going to mess up his plan. And so it's not going to go the way he wants. Because that's the show for you. That is the show. and finding a way for Ben's involvement to be the reason why his plan failed just makes him hate him even more. Just hate him even more. So overall, I had a solid time in this episode. And that's, to me, the most important thing, is that I'm having a good time with the episode. And regardless of because I wanted to see a continuation of, you know, the Forever Knight shit or something like that, but we didn't. But it's okay. I like the concept, and I like how they handled the episode. It's pretty fun. Why not? Why not? Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm curious to know your thoughts. What you guys thought about this episode, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace out.